Welcome back. Centuries ago, it was 2 stone tablets that bore the decree, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images." But the digital world poses a new question. Has social media given rise to a new form of self-worship? National editor Allison Pond offers this modern perspective on the second commandment.
We wondered if social mediaites are themselves becoming a graven image through status updates and selfies, and if they're being worshipped by a congregation of retweeters and likers. Human beings have an intrinsic desire to share their thoughts, and the instant gratification of that sharing, that self-disclosure, can be very intoxicating. When it comes to worshiping self over maker, are the internet and shameless selfies to blame? Other teens said social media had a positive effect on them. It made them more outgoing, more confident, more sympathetic, more connected, and over half said it improved relationships with their friends, and it also had a positive impact on relationships with family.
Allison, thank you. Before we run out of time this morning, a story about time. We all know there's never enough of it, and those who learn how to manage it seem to do the most with it. Is there anything more frustrating to an athlete than watching the time run off the clock when you're behind?
No. You know, when the clock ends, game's over. It's over. You know, you do all your work within the time frame that you're allotted. And when it's over, it's over. Maybe it's a good metaphor for life.
What does it teach you about life?
That you have a certain amount of time to do things, get things done. And when that time runs out, it runs out.
Vi Sikahema can't afford to have time run out. The morning news anchor in Philadelphia and newly called LDS Church Stake president is constantly on the clock.
Remember, I'm Tongan. And so I come from a place where really nobody keeps time. And I've had to straddle these two societies and these two cultures all of my life.
Okay, so what 3 things do you use to do just that, to control and manage all those things you got going in your life?
Well, first of all, I married really well. She's terrific. She helps me manage my time and figure out where I need to be. You have to surround yourself with good people. If you're around people that'll waste your time, your life will get away from you. You have to know what you're going to do, what you're going to try to accomplish at that day. You got to be able to accomplish some things every day, every week, every month, and every year.
Time management was front and center in February when Vi and I covered the Winter Games for our respective TV stations in Sochi, Russia.
You know that Cher song, "If I Could Turn Back Time"?
If I can turn back time.
Yeah, kind of like that one. If you could turn back time, where would you go?
I think I would go back to the Revolution. I'd want to be there. I'd want to be there at Valley Forge, because Philadelphia is my home now.
Which side would you be on?
I'd be on the right side.
When I think of Philadelphia, I think of Rocky Balboa. And then I see video of you knocking out Jose Canseco. In the ring back there. How'd you do that?
Well, I got a call from his agent inviting me to fight him because he was trying to start a career in boxing. And the agent didn't know that I had grown up boxing, so I told him that. And it wasn't a warning or anything, I just told him that, you know, you ought to know this, and he didn't think much of it.
Vi knocked out Canseco in 97 seconds and donated the proceeds to the widow of a fallen Philadelphia police officer.
You may have the best left hand of any stake president in the LDS Church.
There's probably somebody out there in another country who probably has fought for a living.
I don't know. I don't think so. Single greatest football moment at BYU.
It's going to bring up a 4th and long.
My freshman year.
Punt formation time for SMU.
1980.
Time left in the first half, 1 minute and 23 seconds.
December 19th.
Back deep by Sikahema.
I'm an 18-year-old kid, and I run up on a punt at SMU against SMU in the second quarter, and we're so far behind that in my 18-year-old head I thought, this game's done. Run up here and catch this on the bounce and see if I can do something, and I run it back and score. And I established myself at BYU with that single moment in probably one of the most important games in the history of the school.
Greatest football moment in the NFL?
Again, I returned a punt as a Philadelphia Eagle late in my career against the New York Giants and punched the goalpost when I finished. And it established me in Philadelphia, helped create a brand for me in Philadelphia, and I've been living off of that one play for 20 years, Dave. That's the story of my life. One great thing happens in my life, and I have figured out how to parlay that into, into work and into the rest of my life.
So what you're saying is timing is everything.
Timing is everything, and it has been in my life. That not only was I there at the right time, but at the right time, I made the right choices in my life.
There's so much more to Vi's story, but for now, we're just out of time. You can find more faith and family-centered news at national.deseretnews.com. I'm Dave McCann. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.